Hi everyone, it's me, Sarah, with the Enosburgh Public Library today for our summer reading program book. And what I am going to be reading is the true story of the three little pigs. I also picked out a bunch of them because there's always a different story with all of our fairy tales. So we have, I believe this is the original, or it goes along more with the story. This is a fun one about the bakers, and then they go through this stage of, I don't know, it's a lot of fun. And I like this one because it's about the little pigs becoming architects and figuring out how to build their home. But me, I'm always interested in the ones that get the bad rep. So this one is fun. This one is about the true story of the three little pigs, told by John Scieszka, I think that's how you say it, and illustrated by Lane Smith. Let's see if I can. The usual adjustment. Everybody knows the story of the three little pigs, or at least they think they do. But I'll tell you on a little secret. Nobody knows the real story because nobody has ever heard my side of the story. I'm the wolf, Alexander T. Wolf. You can call me Al. I don't know how this whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong. Maybe it's because of our diet. Hey, it's not my fault wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies, sheep, and pigs. That's just the way we are. If cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think you were a big bad too. But, like I was saying, the whole big bad wolf thing is all wrong. The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar. This is the real story. Way back and once upon a time I was making a birthday cake for my dear old granny. Does that sound familiar? I had a terrible sneezing cold. I ran out of sugar. So I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now this neighbor was a pig, and he wasn't too bright either. He had built his whole house out of straw. Can you believe it? I mean, who in his right mind would build a house of straw? So of course, the minute I knocked on the door, it fell right in. I didn't want to just walk into someone else's house, so I called, little pig, are you in?" No answer. I was just about to go home without a cup of sugar for my dear old granny. Birthday cake. That's when my nose started to itch. I felt a sneeze coming on. I huffed and I huffed and I snuffed. And I sneezed a great sneeze. Achoo! He blew his house down. And you know what? The whole darn straw house fell down, and right in the middle of a pile of straw was the first little pig, dead as a doornail. He had been home the whole time. It seemed like a shame to leave a perfectly good ham dinner lying there in the straw, so I ate it up. Think of it as a big cheeseburger just lying there. I was feeling a little better, but I still don't have my cup of sugar. So I went to the neighbor's house. This neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was a little smarter, but not much. He had built his house of sticks. I rang the bell in the stick house. Nobody answered. Excuse me. I called Mr. Pig. Mr. Pig, are you in? He yelled back. Go away, Wolf. You can't come in. I'm shaving my hairs on my chinny chin chin. I had just grabbed the doorknob when I felt another sneeze coming on. I huffed and I snuffed and I tried to cover my mouth, but I sneezed a great sneeze. And you're not going to believe it. But this guy's house fell down just like his brother's. When the dust cleared, there was the second little pig gone. Wolf's honor. Now you know food will spoil if you just leave it out in the open. So I did the only thing there was to do. I had dinner again. Think of it as a second helping. I was getting awfully full, but my cold was feeling a little bit better, and I still didn't have that cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. So I went to the next house. This guy was the first and second little pig's brother. He must have been the brains of the family. He had built his house out of bricks. I knocked on the brick house. No answer. I called Mr. Pig, Mr. Pig, are you in? And do you know what? That rude little porker answered. Get out of here, Wolf. Don't bother me again. Talk about impolite. He probably had a whole sack full of sugar, and he wouldn't even give me one little cup for my dear sweet old granny's birthday cake. What a pig. I was just about to go home and maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake when I felt my cold coming on. I huffed, I snuffed, and I sneezed once again. The third little pig yelled, and your old granny can sit on a pin. That wasn't so nice. Now, I'm usually a pretty calm fellow, but when somebody talks about my granny like that, I go a little crazy. When the cops drove up, of course I was trying to break down the pig's door, and the whole time I was huffing and I was puffing and sneezing and making a real scene. The rest, as they say, is history. The news reporters found out about 2 pigs I had for dinner. They figured a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound very exciting. They jazzed up the story with all the huff and the puff and blow your house down, and they made me the big bad wolf. That's it. That's the real story. I was framed. But maybe you could loan me a cup of sugar. Never got to get sugar for his granny. You know, maybe, even though he was hungry, probably didn't need to eat the other thing. But, yep, make sure you guys come in, check these books out. They won't be on display, but you can make sure that you tell either I or somebody else if you have a book in mind, and we can get it for you. And you guys can take it home and read it to your little ones. Don't forget, we have crafts here today. At the front of the entrance, we have Wednesdays actually is completely gone because we had the whole cliff giveaway thing, but we still have a few extras from a couple weeks ago. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a marvelous day. Go outside, play a little bit, and yeah. Oh my God, I'm pressing buttons. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you very soon. Bye.